In today's video, we are going to help traders out there understand what a perfect trade and entry looks like, as well as show you the best crypto trading platform you could possibly use, which is the one we're using here. Phemex just entered this trade right here, and I want to show you why it's a perfect entry and how you could have done this on your own. So, number one, you got to set up an account here, guys. It's way better than, and there's many reasons. I'll get into that in this video, okay? So once you got your crypto trading account, okay, and you're trying to find out, all right, when do I enter the trade? How do I know to get in? And where do I pick my leverage? All this stuff we're about to explain. So, for example, or this should be an example right here, is this trade we're currently in. So how did we know to get in? And you can see this dashed line is our entry price. That is where we got into the trade. So at 43,985, you can see that is literally the top, okay? And so you can see we actually pumped. And so what did we do, guys? We shorted the pump. So I get a lot of funny comments, which are just idiotic in my videos, and they'll say, haha, you know, let's say I make a bearish video, and let's say it's going higher. So I'll get a lot of comments that say, haha, it's going higher, you're an idiot, you're wrong. Yes, it may be going higher, but that's where you want to short it. See, so that's actually what gives you your perfect entries. You want to short the bounces and the pumps, okay? Because the number one reason for something to go down is that it just went up, okay? So that's your reason number one, okay? If you're shorting the crash, like we are in this video here, you don't want to short when it's going down. You want to short when it's going up and then it crashes. That's where you make real money. You don't short it. See, now, right now it's going down. So guess what a bunch of people are trying to do? They're trying to short it now. Okay, the time to short it was up here. If you try to short it now and it just bounces a little on you, you're losing money. So entry is key. Entry is everything when you're trading here on Phemex, as well as any other exchange. And the reason that is because there is a commission and fee for entering a trade. So you can see here, realized P&L is minus 84 bucks. So the cost to enter this trade was 85 bucks. So right away, you're already losing money on any given trade because you're borrowing and you're using leverage. There is a cost to use leverage. And that was the cost for this trade. So automatically, right, if you think you're breaking even, you're not breaking even. Because remember, there is a commission. You see what I mean? So it's important to nail your entries because eventually, you know, commissions do add up. You take one trade here, you take one trade there, another trade here. You know, that commission adds up to $1,000 after just a few trades, or, you know, and so when you're working with a small account or any size account for that matter, the commissions do add up. So it's important to be on point with your trades. Okay, this means minimizing your unnecessary trades, minimizing impulsive trades, and maximizing your probabilities and your best entry points. So let me show you why this was such a good entry point and why you could have taken this. So okay, so Bitcoin's going higher, right? So everyone thinks, it's going to go to the moon, whatever, right? That's all besides the point. You focus on the chart, guys. And so here, we were setting a series of lower highs right here. Okay, really, this trend goes all the way back to here since we set that peak. Okay, so lower high here, boom. You can see we start pumping to the trend line. That is the perfect entry. You want to short pumps to specific and strong levels. And so that's how you can see through this dash line, that's literally exactly where we entered. So you can see the best time to short is when things are pumping, because why? Well, number one, it's already pumped. So what are the chances it goes much higher on you if it already pumped, right? Think about it. How much higher can it go? So if it's already pumped and it's at a key resistance level, it puts you in a very, very good situation where you have very limited upside potential, right? You've got resistance there. You've got resistance here on this trend line. So the upside potential is limited. Your entry is on point. It's when it's going up instead of when it's already down, right? All the people are trying to short here are the bogolos, dumbos, right? And so when you look at your charts, you want to short the points where you have minimal upside potential. So here's an even clearer depiction of this trend in the trade we just took. So you can see, boom, drop here, boom, drop here, boom, drop here, boom, drop here. So this is a fact, guys, is every single time we touch this trend line, we drop very hard. Every single time we've touched this trend line, that's a fact. That is unarguable, if that's a word, right? That is a fact. Every time you hit the trend line, drop, 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 drop. So, okay, you could be wrong. Okay, you could lose money on this trade if you're wrong, right? That's like any other trade. But your probabilities are much higher that you're going to nail the trade if you go off simple facts that every single time we've hit that line, it's dropped. So you take the emotions out and you trade the entry, right? It was pumping. You can see that here, right? It was pumping, but where did it pump to? It pumped to the trend line, which has worked every single time. That's how you trade. You got to block out the emotions. You got to block out anybody's opinion out there. Okay, because some guy's opinion, he might see this, he might say, "Oh, we're going to pump, we're going to go to the moon." That's all bullshit, okay? Because that's an opinion. This is a fact, okay? So try to trade factual points of information that you see on the chart. Try to short things when they go up if you're a short seller, and try to minimize your upside, like this entry here. Because if we were wrong, we could have easily cut the trade if it broke out past the trend line. And that way we have a clearly defined plan. And that is how you're going to minimize the risk, and you're going to minimize the amount of mistakes you can make, because here, the only thing that happens is you short it, and if you're wrong, you cut the loss. That's it. But a lot of people want to overcomplicate these things, and that's where they go wrong as a trader. So now we have this position, and so I want to just walk you through the platform, how easy it is to use, and what you can actually do on here besides just enter this current trade right here. So number one, entry price is this dashed line at 43,985. So anything below that, we are in profit. Anything above that, you're losing money. Okay, so how do you enter into a trade? You've got three types of orders you can put here, which are limit, market, and conditional orders. Conditional order is where you're going to set a trigger, so if it touches this point, boom, it's going to get in. Limit order, same thing. Conditional is a little different. I'll be honest, I never do conditional orders, so most likely you're not either. But I mean, some people probably do want to. I never do it. I either go market or limit. Limit is like setting up a mousetrap. So if I think, okay, Bitcoin's going to bounce to right here, when it bounces here, I want to short it. I would go here, I would type in a limit order to short Bitcoin as soon as it hits here. So you'd put in 43,980. And you put the amount of contracts you want to short. Boom, as soon as it gets there, it's going to execute. And if you're right, boom, it drops, right? So that's a limit order. You're setting a mousetrap at a particular point in the chart. And market just means get me in now. You know, I'm not waiting. Just get me in, right? And so one important thing to note here is you can see there's a blue price here and there's a red price. So the red price is the candle price, but the blue price is the market price. So when you're hitting market, you're actually getting in at the blue price, not this price, okay? Important thing to know, okay? Now, what's really cool about this platform, guys, is they have so many altcoins on here. So let me actually show you this right here, okay? So you've got BTC, you've got ETH, Link, Tezos. I mean, you got everything on here. Not everything, okay? But the beautiful thing here is how easy it is to, if I want to go and trade Ethereum, all I need to do is inside of this platform, guys, you just go in, and you convert your BTC into Ethereum. So you would go to contract trading accounts, okay? You would go in here and you just transfer it into your spot wallet. And in your spot wallet, now you can use these funds to go to the spot market. So you go in the spot market. So let's say you have, you can see this is a completely new account here that Phemex just gave us. So to basically do this instructional video for you guys. So, you know, you even get these nice deposit bonuses here and a bunch of cool stuff they offer you. But that being said, right, so let's say I have BTC and I want to get into Ethereum. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to spot market. I'm going to go to BTC/USDT pair, and you're going to go to sell 100% of your BTC, and that's going to convert your BTC into USDT on the spot instantly. Now you have USDT. So let's say you want to get into Ethereum. Now with USDT, you can go and buy Ethereum. You can go and buy Tezos, Doge, whatever you want. So then with, you remember, you just sold your BTC. Now it's into USDT. Now you're going to go in and you're going to buy Ethereum or whatever you want. So then you're going to go buy and you're going to type in whatever quantity you just had and buy however much you want. So basically, the ease of transition from one coin into another here is super easy as a trader because, for example, on Coinbase, you can't do this. You can't just easily go from trading on 100x leverage, which, by the way, we never recommend. Never go 100x, right? But the point is the ease of accessibility and transition is you can go from trading on high leverage to instantly converting your profits and buying the coins you want. So this is what I love to do, is after taking the profits from any trade, so let's say this trade right here, let's say I get out. Well, what am I going to do? What I like to do is pay myself, okay? So your profits are not real until you've paid yourself those profits, until they're out of your trading account. So when I'm done with this trade, I would withdraw those profits. So let's say I earned $2,400 today, right? Or let's say I earned $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000. Doesn't matter how much you earn, right? The transition and the process of paying yourself is still the same. You take the profits, you convert it to your spot wallet, you go here and you pay yourself, guys. You withdraw this to your MetaMask, you withdraw this to whatever wallet you use, and that's how you pay yourself consistently as a trader. Not enough people pay themselves as traders. They like to keep their money in their trading account, and that is just simply not the right thing to do, okay? Because at any point, you could make a bad decision that could cost you everything if you decided to do that. And so what's a guaranteed way to never cost yourself everything is by getting money and withdrawing profits, okay? That's the only way to survive in this game. That's not true, actually. But for a lot of people, you'll get too antsy, or you'll get too confident sometimes. You'll make bad decisions. And so the best way to avoid making bad decisions is by having your profits withdrawn. That way, you're playing with house money at all times. And when you're playing with house money, the pressure is much less always, and you don't have to worry about losing the $100,000 you just made, right? Let's say you make $100,000 on the trade. You now, if you see you're losing that, you'll fear that you're going to lose the profits you just made. So you don't want to have fear of losing money you just made. That's going to kill you in this game. So this is just what I do to alleviate pressure for myself, is any profits I withdraw. And so I would go in here with the profits, I would go in, and I'll just pick whatever coin I want, and I transfer it out. And that's it, guys. That's it. So that's how we use Phemex. And it's really that simple, guys. You got market and limit order. You enter at the right points, and enter when it's factual, right? It's a fact that every time we get here, it drops. So if you do that, right, don't try to enter in the middle of the range, right? So here's the top of the range. Don't try to enter in here. Don't try to enter in here. Don't try to enter in here when it's already dropping. Enter at the ends of the range. If you can do that, guys, you'll make so much money trading on Phemex or any platform. But like I said, I recommend Phemex for some of the reasons I've shown you in this video. So stay away from trading in the middle of the range. Stick to the ends. If you do that, it's very hard to lose, guys. But that's the thing. It's very hard to stick to your plan, and it's very hard to execute on what I've shown you here, because a lot of times we don't have the patience, right? We don't have the patience to wait for the perfect entry. You start seeing a drop. What do you want to do? You want to get in right then and there. But you will lose like that. You have to wait for the opportunities that give you over a 90% plus probability to win. If you do that, if you have the discipline, then the sky's the limit for you as a trader here. So guys, if you want to get started trading crypto, which I think is one of the most profitable jobs out there, okay? It is a job, or you can call it a business. You can call it whatever you want. What I love about trading crypto over trading the stock market, which is where my overall background comes from, what I've been trading for years. Well, the reason I prefer trading crypto now is, one, it is a little easier, because coming from a stock market background, we used to trade options a lot, and we still do occasionally, just not nearly as much now with the way the channel has gone in the direction of crypto recently. But with options, you have so many more variables. With here, the platform, you have two variables. One is the commission, okay? And two is yourself. That's it, okay? With options, you've got delta, you've got gamma, you got all these other Greeks, you've got all timing issues because the options will expire at a certain time, right? So you have a lot more variables, and that's why anyone who's new to trading, right? Common knowledge is you go and you get your expertise, or you go and get your experience in the stock market. Well, now, guys, time is progressing and times are changing, and I believe that the best way for someone who's never traded before is to start on Phemex or a crypto trading platform like this, okay? And so if you want to save yourself on some of the trading fees here, okay, which really do add up over time, that's why it's important you're on point when you're trading, guys. But if you want to save yourself on trading fees, and this is a small position, a small trade, by the way, we're doing here for this demonstration, okay, then make sure to use our link down below under this video. And you can even get like I think it says a $1,200 BTC bonus. I think they're doing a $2,000 BTC bonus right now, depending on how much you deposit. So this link, guys, it's going to get you reduced trading fees, both for you and me, okay? We both get less trading fees. So it helps us both out, guys. And so if this video was able to help you, then let's reduce each other's trading fees here and help one another out. That being said, those are some trading tips I could offer, and I hope you found it useful. I know a lot of times we're just breaking down and analyzing charts, but we're not giving you real trading tips, because I feel like here we got a lot of people who watch the market and not enough people who trade the market. But I do know that we do have traders here, and so for traders, okay, this video is for you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're thinking about getting started, remember some of my tips. Trade factual points in the chart instead of listening to the news and the opinions of others, guys, right? It doesn't matter if someone thinks it's going to pump here, because look what ends up happening. It dumps. So it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Focus on the chart and focus on execution. Focus on your entry. Focus on limiting your upside risk. And that's what actually enables you to play on a high leverage. Okay, it's okay to play on high leverage, contrary to what many people are taught and told. You can never play high leverage. That's a gambler's game. Really, is shorting a point in the chart which has over 90% probability to win with very limited upside that I can simply cut the trade on if I'm wrong. Is that really so irresponsible to be on high leverage? No, not necessarily. You have to define those points where you have an extremely high probability of winning the trade, and that's when it is acceptable to use high leverage. Also, think of leverage as you don't have to risk as much capital into the trade. So you can control $50,000 worth of BTC with only $1,000 worth of BTC on 50x leverage. So instead of, now you don't have to risk more of your account. You can actually risk less of your account for more. So think about that, guys. People just are told, and they're spoon-fed these beliefs, and they just believe it. Everything you hear, people just believe what they hear. The truth is, once again, by using higher leverage, you can afford to use less of your account, with the cost being that you are closer to getting liquidated on a higher leverage, right? But think about it, okay? So I can short with $50,000 worth on 1x leverage here, okay? And I make $1,000. Okay, so I would be risking $50,000 here, okay? Or I could just risk $1,000, which puts me closer to losing all $1,000, okay? But I also know that, okay, I've got 600 points of upside against me, that I will get liquidated if it goes 600 points against me, right? But there are times where if you really break it down and think about it, and you think, okay, well, first off, I can cut the loss if I need to. Second, I don't, it's a beautiful point in the chart. Really what you're doing is you're using only $1,000 to make just as much money as someone who's putting in $50,000. Meanwhile, you're risking only $1,000. The person who puts $50,000 in is risking $50,000. You're only risking $1,000. Your loss is capped at that, just as someone's loss is capped at $50,000. The point is there's so many ways to think about this, but what I'm trying to tell you is get your head out of the box that so many people tell you is you can never trade high leverage. No, if you're smart about it, okay, leverage is beautiful if you're smart about it, okay? So how to be smart about it, I'll let you decide, okay, because some of you are going to be dumb with it, and that's just a fact. But I'm telling you, leverage is not always a horrible thing like many people will make it sound like. If you're smart, guys, it can really be good. And that means not being stupid, not doing high leverage trades on okay trade setups. You do it on incredible setups. And I'm not recommending high leverage either. I'm just trying to prove a point, to think for yourself instead of believing what everyone tells you, because there are many situations where it can easily be broken down to prove that higher leverage is actually much better than the lower leverage. Those situations are specific, and you have to break them down yourself to realize and understand, is that situation, okay? So guys, Phemex is the way to go. I hope you will trade on this platform with us, okay, because this is our favorite. We also have a Bybit here, but we have made a switch to Phemex because let's just say they're not so strict, and they don't really require much information like Bybit does or other exchanges do. So it's really nice because You can get an account set up in literally 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You're not going to have to verify a bunch of things. It's just set up the account and you're in. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This is for traders. This is getting long-winded though, so I'm gonna cut it off there. I'll try to incorporate some more trading tip videos, but the main tips in this video were that 1, focus on your entry, focus on your execution. 2, leverage is really vilified or villainized, or just people make it sound horrible. If you think about it, think outside of the box. If you don't contain yourself in the box that people try to put you in, you'll realize there are situations where leverage can be really beautiful and actually be much more advantageous, much more efficient than a low leverage, okay, in specific cases. And 3, that when you make profits here on Phemex, it's so easy to just switch that, okay, and turn it into an investment, okay. If you're trading options and you make $1,000 in the stock market, now you got to withdraw that $1,000. That transfer is going to take a day. Then it's going to take another day to transfer it, somewhere else to actually buy your crypto. Here, guys, you make the profit, boom. You don't have to think about it. You just buy crypto, just like that with the trading profits you make. So trade harder, then you hodl harder, and then you get what you want. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. My name is Alex, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care and get started today if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.